And with that being Wednesday, we got some headlines that we need to get to. And our headlines are focused squarely on tracking Hurricane Erin. Right now, North Carolina is in a state of emergency. So basically, with the state of emergency, it helps seek state and federal funding for a possible disaster response if needed. So again, North Carolina is under a state of emergency. Second headline, again, all of this revolving around Hurricane Erin. Mandatory evacuations and no swim advisories are underway. I saw this morning that there are patrols on beach warning people and telling people to get off the beach, do not get into the water.
Some of them have that double red flag, which means do not go in. Do
not. So it is dangerous out there. And with that being said, storm surge expected. I saw some of the estimates, 15 to 20 feet high waves. I mean, wow. I mean, just the size of the storm.
Especially on our coastline, like it takes a little bit to get that erosion to really do a number on our Outer Banks. So.
It doesn't take much. And this storm is so huge that it's impacting multiple states along the East Coast. Let's bring in meteorologist Becca Birdsall. So, Becca, we were talking about it before the show, how massive this storm is.
Yes.
It's bigger than, I'm looking at it, it's bigger than both of the Carolinas and Georgia. Maybe you could probably fit in one other state. That's how big the storm is.
It's grown in size over the past day and a half, and it actually has a pretty decent circulation and eye right now. Thankfully, though, I will say we really are dodging a bullet with not having direct impacts, but still going to have indirect impacts that are going to be certainly substantial and very dangerous, especially alongside the Outer Banks. I don't know if you guys have seen those videos of those homes right along the beach and those waves coming up.
It's been a couple of years of that too, where it's gotten worse and worse.
Yeah, so a storm like this is kind of like the perfect conditions to see, unfortunately, that beach erosion, and some of those homes can actually get washed away. So we've got the newest 11 a.m. advisory. Like I mentioned, you can see the center of the storm, the eye of Erin right now, and it's moving north at about 13 miles per hour. This time yesterday, it was still moving west-northwest, so it has officially moved north at 13 miles per hour and will continue to steer offshore with winds sustained within that eye, about 110 miles per hour, gust 130, and well offshore of the East Coast. Visible satellite really gives you an idea of kind of the size and wind radius of Erin, and you can see those outer rain bands extending all the way over towards coastal Carolinas as well, bringing them some clouds. I do have a live view over towards Cape Hatteras as well, giving you the idea of the conditions. Wow. Does look like it's cloudy, very humid, feels like 93 out there, but it's not raining. It's not raining just yet, and the worst of the storm likely won't get here until tomorrow. Of course, almost the entire East Coast is under a high rip current threat. Like Colleen mentioned, especially alongside the Outer Banks, I do know a double red flag is flying, which means swimming is prohibited. Not a surprise there. With tropical storm warning still in effect alongside Morehead City, Hatteras, all the way over towards Norfolk and portions of Virginia, as well as they are expecting tropical storm force wind gusts as Erin continues to steer off to the north, eventually making that steer out to sea northeastward by the time we get into Thursday. Now it could brush especially the eastern portion of North Carolina out towards the Outer Banks with those rain bands, but really the rain is not going to be the concern. It's going to be that wind and coastal flooding, and this will continue to steer out by the second half of Thursday. So those wave heights have been pretty significant today. I know Bowie actually recorded a wave height of 30 feet today. So this will continue to drive just dangerous swells all alongside the East Coast. Some of those wave heights could be anywhere from 7 to over 12 feet. Again, especially where it's closest in proximity, which is unfortunately the Outer Banks, especially passing later on Wednesday and Thursday, eventually starting to calm down by the end of the work week. So those winds will really ramp up starting tomorrow morning, upwards of 40 miles per hour at times. Will stay windy with those tropical storm force wind gusts through Thursday night before those winds do start to calm down again as Erin starts to exit off. So the storm surge estimates, we're mainly expecting around 1 to 3 feet, especially a little bit more inland alongside the coastal Carolinas, but 3 to 6 feet on some of those outliers, especially over towards Cape Hatteras, which is why, again, they were under that mandatory evacuation. So weather impact, high surf, beach erosion, coastal flooding going to be expected. Outer Banks probably hitting the worst, overwash and flooding with some impassable roads possible, especially alongside Highway 12. And of course, those tropical storm force winds just adding to the chaos, and more chaos in the tropics. Of course, it is late August and the tropics have really come alive in the past week and a half. So several waves and low pressure systems that we're watching too, in fact, that have a medium chance of tropical cyclone development heading into the next week. So certainly something to keep an eye on. No imminent threat to the U.S. as of now, but of course something that we'll monitor. Live look outside. We've had some passing clouds and some sunshine breaking out over towards our roof camera. Temperatures actually pretty mild at this hour. Lower 80s, upper 70s in a few locations as well, with temperatures likely warming up into the middle 80s for today. Mix of sunshine and clouds. We'll likely see a couple of opportunities for some showers and thunderstorms, especially later on today, 4 or 5 o'clock. Best coverage will be up towards the high country, but a few of these can make its way down, especially into the northern Piedmont. Thursday, we'll have a chance as well. It's going to be a little bit lower, but a better chance to see one in the Charlotte metro. And this will continue into Friday morning as well. Temperature is going to be cooling down over the next several days. Tomorrow still staying steady, middle 80s, but Friday, Saturday into the weekend, lower to middle 80s as our next cold front starts to arrive. That's going to bring us a couple opportunities for some showers. But more importantly, behind this cold front is actually going to feature some fall-like weather, especially starting Tuesday, Wednesday, and into next Thursday. Upper 70s to lower 80s. Not only that, forecasting a drop in humidity as well. So we're not seeing cooler temperatures with rain. We're seeing cooler temperatures with drier air. And I know that's kind of been on the back end of this forecast because we're focused so much on Hurricane Erin, as we should, but looking forward to some fall-like weather to end out the last week of August.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like you said, we've been so focused on Hurricane Erin that, yeah, it is cooler here. It felt nice. Yeah, it feels great outside. Yeah. The clouds are out. Saw peaks of sunshine so far this afternoon. But yeah, I can't complain about the weather here. It's a nitpick here in Charlotte.
Yes,
so
I love that.
It's hard to make that pick when we have Hurricane Erin and its impacts. But here in the Charlotte area, I give it a pick.
Agreed.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Becca, thank you for your time. Thank you for your help. All right.